Hi everyone, it's me Kat Muir from Cheap and Easy Eats, and today we're going to be doing vegan chocolate truffles. So today we're going to do these absolutely delicious vegan chocolate truffles, and they're so delicious you cannot believe that they're actually vegan. They're really tasty. I use them also as a base for any vegan pies that I do and things like that, but this is just a really simple, straightforward recipe. We don't need very many ingredients. We're going to use 120 grams of nuts, 120 grams of dates. We're going to use a teaspoonful of salt and 2 heaped teaspoons of cocoa powder, and that's pretty much it. Afterwards we'll roll them in some other delicious things like coconut and coconut sugar and raw cocoa powder, but essentially to make them, that's all we're going to use. It's very, very easy, a very, very easy recipe to use. So I'm going to get started, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just grind up the nuts, and it doesn't matter what nuts you use as long as you have 120 grams. The way I like to do it is I like to use mostly almonds, and I put in 5 or 6 walnuts, and then I use maybe about 35 grams within my 120 of pecans. I do that because pecans, apart from having a really nice kind of sweet flavour, they also have quite a lot of fat. And I discovered that if I use pecan nuts in my mixtures, I don't need to use coconut oil. So if you're not going to use pecans in your mixture, you'll have to use a teaspoon of coconut oil. So all I'm going to do is just put them all in. And I'm going to just grind them all up. Now that's looking quite good, but I want to get them into a slightly finer powder than that. And that looks quite good. I'm going to just grind them down just a little bit further so it's a fairly even, it just looks kind of a bit like thicker breadcrumbs at the minute. So I'm just going to grind it down just a little bit more till it's all the same consistency. Excellent. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my cocoa powder. I'm going to add in my salt. I'm putting in just a level teaspoon of salt. You can always add more salt later if you need to. And I'm going to add in my dates. Now you have to make sure that you check that the dates have no pips in them or any little funky bits on the top that are hard, because that's not going to be nice and it'll probably break your machine. And now I'm just going to zap it all up together. Now that is looking absolutely lovely. I'm going to have a quick taste of it and see if it needs anything else. No, that's absolutely perfect. All those flavours together, I can't even begin to describe how delicious it is. You really have to try this. So it's as quick as that, a couple of minutes. Now, what I'm going to do is I don't know if you can see this okay, but it just comes together really, really easily. So I'm just going to take a few handfuls and roll them into balls. And there's enough fat in there just to keep them in that lovely shape. I want to try and get them all kind of about the same shape and size. And they mould quite easily. And it's just all the fat from the pecan nuts that does the job. Again, a spoonful of coconut oil will do the same thing if you just want to use almonds. And almonds on their own are really tasty, but walnuts are really great brain food. So I always like to use a few walnuts in whatever I'm doing. And even like this, you could just serve them. You know, they look really lovely. They taste really, really good. I can't even begin to tell you how sweet and lovely. Not like overly sweet, not like, you know, like a sugary, chocolatey sweet, but they just, you know, it's such a lovely, lovely flavour that runs through them. If you've got children, they'll love to do this as well. You know, it's the texture of it and the taste of it. A bit like sweet Play-Doh. Now, I'll do the rest of them later, but what I'll show you is how to finish them off in this absolutely delicious, lovely coating. So I'll just put this out of the way just now and give my hands a little wipe. Now I've got cocoa powder, coconut sugar and coconut. And all you have to do really is, with a tiny little bit of water, just dip them in and then roll them round, press the coconut into them. Don't they just look so delicious and professional? They just look gorgeous. It's hard to believe that they're just little homemade vegan treats. And vegan things are insanely expensive. And actually they're very, very simple to make. So this is coconut sugar, and I'm just rolling them around, giving them a little dusting. So for those of you that have a slightly sweeter tooth, coconut sugar has a really lovely malty flavour. Very, very tasty indeed. Don't they just look absolutely delicious? I'm going to try a little coconut one. It's so tasty and the flavours are just so lovely. It's the kind of thing that's quite filling because of all the nuts. And it's very simple to eat. It's very cheap to make, and you know, you're going to make quite a decent quantity. It's lovely if you've got friends that are vegans and you want to give them a little present. Put it in a nice little bag, in a little box, and they will go absolutely nuts for this, like nuts, but they will. It's so tasty and delicious. I hope you try this. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know how you get on in the comments, and I'll catch you later. Bye.